All right, so today I want to talk about one of the 9 triangles. I want to talk about number 7, learn, do, teach, the career path. Uh, well, let's start with learning. You can't do your job if you don't know how to do it. You have to learn first. It's important to learn all you can about your field. And, well, the more you know, the better you can serve your client. However, I do believe there's only so much you can learn from books. And this is where doing comes in. You learn a ton by doing. The more you do, the more you know. And, I mean, learning by itself doesn't produce very much. It just makes you smarter, but being smarter is worthless if you can't act on what you know. And doing, I mean, that's how you can serve your clients. That's how you can serve other people. You can't do anything sitting on the couch. Doing is probably the hardest part, just because, I don't know, I mean, oftentimes fear paralyzes people, or it's just actually really hard to do something and stick with it. But it's everything. It's the whole deal. And you just have to do it. Let's talk about teaching now, the last step. Teaching is probably my favorite part because I like to talk a lot, and I like when people listen. But let me just start off with a parable real quick. There's a parable of an old man who was walking down this path, and he came to a giant chasm in the earth, this big old long deep pit in the earth, and he was able to cross it without too many problems. But as an old experienced traveler, he knew what he was doing. As soon as he got to the other side safely, he started to build a bridge from his side back to the other side. And a pilgrim stopped by and said, "What are you doing? You're never going to pass this way again. Why are you building this bridge? You're wasting your time." And let me read you his response. He said, "Good friend, in the path I have come, there followed after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him." What kind of people are we if we don't pass on the value and the knowledge that we've obtained onto the next generation? Just like our mentors taught us, we have a responsibility to teach those who are coming up behind us. And there's actually 2 different reasons I figured for teaching. There are selfish reasons and there are unselfish reasons. The selfish reasons would be, hey, if I teach all these people, I can look like an expert and I can charge more for what I do. And that's very common in our industry, in the industry of marketing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. However, there's a slightly better way to go about it, I believe. I believe that if you focus on just teaching just to serve, just to provide more value to those who are coming up underneath you, then you looking like an expert, you getting paid more, all this stuff, I believe that'll just naturally come. There are ways to do it where you can achieve both, but it's more important to focus on the unselfish reasons. And then the benefits of doing that, I believe, will promptly follow along. So that is number 7. That is the career path. That is learn, do, teach. From my perspective and from what I was able to figure out, it's the best way to have a career. Learning, figuring out how to do it, actually having a successful career by doing, and then passing on what you know.